somewhere right now, somebody is going to make a video promising you can pay off your mortgage in 7 years using the secret the banks don't want you to know. And I'm not going to do that to you, not in this video. Instead, I'm going to show you the actual math, the actual framework, and exactly how we decide what to teach you. Because if you're going to trust me with your debt, you should know exactly how I think. If this is your first time here, this video is the one to watch before any other one this channel has, because everything else we teach comes back to what I'm about to show you. Let's start with the problem, because that's where the answer is. You've probably been told one of two stories about debt. Story one, live frugally, cut up your cards, eat beans and rice, and grind out your 30-year mortgage on schedule, because that's just how it works. Story two, some secret chick will erase your debt overnight if you just sign up for the right program. Both of those stories are wrong, and I'm going to show you why with numbers, not opinions. So here's what I actually believe, and I'm not going to hide it from you. A line of credit is not automatically dangerous. It is a tool. What buries most people can set the disciplined free. The bank uses lines of credit and leverage to build wealth every single day. And you've been told not to touch that tool, while the people telling you that use it constantly. I think that's backwards, and I think you deserve to understand it instead of fear it. But here's where I differ from a lot of channels in this space. I'm not going to tell you a line of credit automatically makes things faster or cheaper. I'm going to show you exactly when it does and exactly when it does not. Because the math doesn't care about hype, and neither do I. So let's build the actual framework. Step one, before you touch a single account, you need to know which debt to attack first. Most people guess. Some people go for the smallest balance because it feels good psychologically. Here's the tool we actually use. It's called the cash flow indicator, and it's simple. Take a debt's balance, divide it by its monthly payment. That number tells you how efficiently that debt is tying up your cash flow relative to its size. Let's say you're carrying a credit card, $8,000, $250 payment. That's a cash flow indicator of 32. An auto loan, $22,000, $480 payment, indicator of 45.83. A student loan, $15,000, $190 payment, indicator 78.95. The lowest number gets attacked first. In this case, it's the credit card. Not because it's the smallest balance. One important thing, the number is a ranking tool, not a countdown. It's not months until payoff once interest gets involved. It just tells you where to point your effort first, right? So step two, once you know your target, you decide how you're attacking it. This is where most velocity banking content kind of gets sloppy and where I want to be completely straight with you. The classic pitch is open a line of credit, chunk a big payment against your target debt, then pay the line of credit down with your income, repeat. That can work. It can also quietly cost you more money than just paying extra directly. It depends entirely on one number, the spread between the interest rate on your line of credit and the interest rate on the debt you're attacking. If your line of credit costs less than your debt, chunking can save you real money and real time. If your line of credit costs more than your debt, chunking is a losing trade no matter how disciplined you are about paying it back down, because you're borrowing at a higher cost to prepay something cheaper. We've run that exact comparison on this channel with a real mortgage example, dollar for dollar, 3 separate ways. And I'll link that video for you because the numbers matter more than my opinion. So let me actually explain what a line of credit is in plain terms, because I've been saying HELOC this whole time and I don't want to lose anybody. You don't have to have a HELOC, okay? But think of a line of credit like a credit card, but usually backed, now in this case, the HELOC, by the equity in your home, which is why the rates tend to be lower than credit cards. It's revolving, meaning you can draw money out, pay it back down, and draw it out again over and over, but to whatever limit you're approved for. You only pay interest on what you've actually drawn, not the whole limit sitting there unused. And the interest is usually calculated daily on whatever balance happens to be that day, which is exactly why paying it down fast instead of letting it sit actually matters. And that's it. That's the whole tool. It's not exotic. It's not a loophole. It's a revolving account, same as the credit card, just typically cheaper and typically bigger because it's backed by your house instead of your signature alone. Now here's the part nobody sells you on. Rates on these things are usually variable, which means they can move, right? If you take one out when rates are low and they climb while you're still carrying a balance, your rate spread math from a year ago might not hold up today. That's not a reason to avoid the tool though. It's a reason to check your numbers regularly instead of setting a plan once and assuming it stays true forever. That's why we have the Velocity Banking Blueprint. Now back to the blessing. So here's the actual decision framework we use every time before we ever tell you to open anything. First, run your cash flow indicators. Know your attack order. Second, check the rate spread between any line of credit you're considering and the debt you'd use it against. Third, only chunk when the math favors it. When it doesn't, the answer isn't to abandon the goal, it's to apply your extra cash flow directly, which still works, and it works well. Now let me show you what that actually looks like on a mortgage, because this is the claim you've heard. Pay off your 30-year mortgage in 7 to 11 years. And we tested it, okay? And look, it's true, right? $300,000 mortgage, 6.5% standard payment of $1,896.20 a month, and $1,500 a month of disciplined extra payment, and you're done in 10.1 years with total interest of $109,277 instead of stretching that payoff across 3 full decades. Now push that extra payment to $2,500 a month and you're done in 7.2 years. That's not a trick. That's just what happens when you systematically redirect cash flow toward principal instead of letting a 30-year schedule run its course. Now, of course, that's verified that 3 separate ways before it even went into this video. That's the whole philosophy of this channel distilled. We don't sell you on a strategy and hope it works. We run the math. We show you the math. And if the math says a popular strategy isn't right for your situation, we tell you that too, even when it would get fewer views to say so. Your honest disclosures build trust. Hiding the downside does not. Now, let me put the whole framework together for you start to finish on one household so you can see exactly how these pieces fit. Okay, same household, a $300,000 mortgage at 6.5%. But this time, they're also carrying $8,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest with a minimum payment of $250. And they've got that same $800 a month of surplus cash flow. Step 1, the cash flow indicator. Now, we already ran that number earlier. The credit card's indicator was 32, remember? If we'd added the mortgage into that same ranking, its balance to payment ratio would be enormous by comparison because a $300,000 balance dwarfs an $8,000 one. So the framework is clear before we do any deeper analysis. The credit card, that's getting attacked first. Step 2, the rate spread check. Okay, remember, this only matters when you're deciding whether to use a line of credit to attack a debt. In this case, we're not chunking anything yet. We're just applying direct cash flow. So this step confirms there's no reason to complicate things with a line of credit for an $8,000 balance at this stage. Straightforward extra payments will do the job. Step 3, apply the surplus. $800 a month on top of the $250 minimum payment straight at that credit card. Now that card is gone, that's right, in 9 months in a pregnancy period. Okay, total interest paid on it, $697.58. 9 months, not 9 years. Step 4, And this is the part most people miss entirely. The moment that card is paid off, $250 a month doesn't just disappear back into your budget to get absorbed by lifestyle creep. It stacks. Combined with your original $800 surplus, you now have $1,050 a month freed up, and it goes straight at the mortgage on top of the standard payment. Total time to be completely debt-free, credit card and mortgage combined, starting from day one, 13 years. Not 30, 13. And that's without touching a single line of credit, without any chunking, without any of the complexity that gets sold as the secret sauce. That's what happens when you simply apply the cash flow indicator to choose your order and then let your freed up cash flow stack instead of quietly disappearing every time you clear a debt. This is why step 4 matters as much as step 1. Most people pay off a credit card, feel a rush of relief, and let that $250 a month get reabsorbed into everyday spending. Nothing wrong with celebrating, right? I love celebrating. But if you want the kind of results we just walked through, that freed up cash flow needs a next assignment before it ever hits your checking account. And that's not deprivation. That's just telling your money where to go before you're tempted to let it wander. I also want you to hear this directly from me, because I believe it all the way down. If you use what you've been given wisely, you'll get more. And that's true with money. It's true with information. It's true with freedom. My mission with this channel isn't just to get you individually free, though that matters enormously. It's bigger than that. I want to see 100 million families financially free and economically independent, using tools that were always available to them, just never explained honestly. So here's what happens next on this channel. Every video you see from here forward builds on this framework. Cash flow indicator to find your target, rate spread analysis before you ever touch a line of credit, disciplined cash flow redirection whether or not a line of credit is even involved, and every single number verified before it reaches you. If you want to actually apply this to your own numbers, your own debts, your own rate spreads, that's exactly what we walk through step by step inside the Velocity Banking Execution Lab. So go ahead and head to that link right there in the description below. And there may be 2. Go to both of them. And you'll see that freedom is only one action away. And you see that video that's on your screen right now? That's a sign that you should go and watch it. God bless you, and we'll see you in another video.